out to a family that has captured our hearts for decades in the cult classic sitcom Roseanne. And we first met the Connor family in the 80s. They have been a staple in our homes ever since.
Yes, and our next guest rose to fame on the hit show as Becky Connor. Now, Lecy, goranson, and the cast are tackling a heavier than usual subject on tonight's special episode of The Connors. Take a look.
So, at the end of this, do you just dip her face in the bowl or what? What's the problem? I love holding my baby.
Honey, you haven't put her down since Emilio brought her home last night.
It just happened. Give me a break.
The question is, what kind of milk was that? No, I'm kidding. Joining us now from the Connors is Lecy goranson. And Lecy, thank you for being with us. You have been on the show since the very beginning. We've all grown up with the show. You've grown up on the show. What do you think it is about this that resonates with so many people that gave it so much staying power?
Well, I think, the struggle of the Connors is a classic human condition. It's kind of like the House of Atreus in ancient Greeks, that they're always up against trials and they're always kind of cursed. So I think along with that and having a sense of humor about it, it's very human and it's always relevant.
You talk about having a sense of humor about it, but you're taking a bit of a turn and you're taking something on that's obviously been in the headlines for a number of years. The episode tonight is called Triggered. You actually wrote this episode, and it has to do with an active shooter in the neighborhood. I guess why? Again, you wrote it. I guess why did you all want to take this on?
Well, I'm from the Chicago area, and as you know, since the pandemic started, gun violence is way up in America. Gun suicides are up in America. Accidental gun violence is up in America. And I think that having the platform that we do, it was important to me to shine light on this epidemic in our country.
So much here on this show about mental health and the access to resources that really differ based on community and location. How do you think that this episode addressed that?
Well, I think that's another problem. You see all the time gun violence in media, but what you don't see is the aftermath. You don't see the trauma that happens to people that are faced with gun violence, whose families are affected by gun violence. And unfortunately in our country, we are undersourced when it comes to mental health care, particularly for the disadvantaged people who are struggling financially. And that's why I think when we talk about gun violence, it's very complicated. It's not just a partisan issue. It is a safety issue, and it's also a mental health issue. And in order to make a difference in our country, we need to engage all of those things at the same time.
And Lecy, you are really putting your money where your mouth is. I know you have donated the paycheck you received from writing this episode to a worthy cause. Tell us where that money is going and how you hope it helps.
Yeah, I gave my salary from my writing the script to Everytown, which is an organization that lobbies against gun violence, that supports victims of gun violence and communities affected by gun violence. And it's one of many, many wonderful organizations that are trying to step up to the plate in this really important issue.
Using your art as a platform for good. Lecy, thank you so much for being with us today. You can catch the Connors tonight at 9 p.m. on ABC. We always appreciate having you on the show, Lecy.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.